Hey guys, this is Fierce, and today I bring you the comprehensive guide to last hitting. Obviously, last hitting is very important, and I would say that it is the most fundamental skill in Dota. It doesn't matter what role in the game you're playing, you need to know how to last hit, whether you're denying creeps, killing neutrals when you pull camps, denying or last hitting heroes or towers, or just regular last hitting lane creeps. So please to God, if you're a new player, practice last hitting before you play a real game. Go create a lobby, set it to all pick, and you're going to practice Lich and Anti-Mage. Buy some standard starting items like the ones I buy, and go to the easy lane. Radiant team, that's the bottom lane, and if you're on the Dire team, that's the top lane. You're going to play for 10-minute sessions. If you're playing Lich, the goal is to get about 60 last hits out of 78 altogether. If you're playing Anti-Mage, the goal is to get about 70 last hits. If you can't do this, do your team a favor and don't play the hard carry role. Anyways, as Lich, you're going to skill Sacrifice first, and you're going to use it every time it's up. You're going to learn how to last hit as a ranged hero, but not only that, you're going to learn how to last hit underneath a tower. Last hitting under the tower is pretty hard early in the game, so I'm going to teach you how to do it. The information I'm about to tell you will only be relevant for the first 7 minutes of the game. After 7 minutes, all lane creeps will gain 10 hit points. So anyways, melee creeps have 2 armor, which means almost 11% damage reduction. A tier 1 tower does 110 damage a hit on average. 5 tower hits is usually around 490 damage after armor reduction. Melee creeps have 550 hit points, so you need to make up for the 60 damage they have remaining plus the armor reduction. So, if you deal less than 70 damage, if a full hit point melee creep is getting hit by only the tower, you need to hit it early, let the tower hit the creep 5 times, and then you need to time the last hit after the 5th tower hit. If you deal more than 70 damage, then you only have to time the hit after the 5th tower hit. So I last hit 7 of the first 8 creeps, but I missed that one ranged creep. So how do I hit ranged creeps under the tower? Ranged creeps start with 0 armor, so they have no damage reduction. 2 tower hits is 220 damage on average, and ranged creeps have 300 hit points. So if you deal less than 80 damage, you need to hit the ranged creep early, allow the tower to hit the creep twice, and then you need to time the last hit immediately after the 2nd tower hit. If you deal more than 80 damage, you only have to time the hit after the 2nd tower hit. This exercise was so hard, I couldn't even get to 60 last hits in 4 tries. My best score was 58, and I had to chain frost the last creep wave. Some of it comes down to luck just because of the 20 damage fluctuation from the tower. Last hitting under the tower can be hard enough that I would just tank creeps outside the tower range to make my life easier. Just don't be stupid about doing that in a real game if the enemy heroes are harassing you. One thing to note is that last hitting with ranged heroes is different from last hitting with melee heroes. It's much easier to last hit with melee heroes as their attacks are pretty much instant. Ranged heroes on the other hand have to consider how long it takes for their projectile to travel through the air. Some ranged heroes also have terrible wind-up attacks like Crystal Maiden, Drow Ranger, and Lina. Other ranged heroes have nearly instant attacks like Sniper. If you're having trouble last hitting with a ranged hero, stand right next to the creep before you attack. This will eliminate almost the entire projectile time. Also, watch what I do right here. I click the enemy creep to see how much hit points it has. The math is easy as the tower deals about 100 damage to melee creeps, and I quickly determined that I don't need to do the 2-hit method to get the last hit. Dealing with siege creeps is such a pain in the ass, it just boils down to luck. Will the tower kill it in 3 hits or not? If you get lucky, it won't, and then you can get the last hit. The best strategy is just to kill it before it gets to the tower. When you play through this anti-mage challenge, try your best to freeze the lane in this very spot for as long as you can. I can't stress how important it is to be close to your tower for multiple reasons. If you're wondering how you do that, watch what I do. Don't auto-attack. Anytime you attack an enemy creep, you must also attack an allied creep. You are trying to balance the damage dealt to both sides. You might have also noticed that there were 2 enemy ranged creeps, and my side only had 1 ranged creep. I immediately killed one of the ranged creeps to restore the equilibrium. Why do you want to freeze the lane right here? Because it makes it dangerous for the enemy team to farm there. Because it makes it safe for you to farm there. See this Windrunner trying to farm here? I just go through one of the ganking routes to kill her. This is Fierce, and thank you for watching. Practice, practice, practice.